Hello and welcome back to MindVR's journey across Route 66. As we continue heading west through the Lone Star State, we'll visit two of the biggest attractions that the Texas Panhandle has to offer. From flat, dry plains to widely dispersed ghost towns, Northwest Texas tends to convey post-apocalyptic vibes. But rest assured, the Panhandle region was the place to be during the Route 66 Renaissance. And lucky for us, the preservation of the Mother Road and the historic landmarks along its path is a top priority among residents. However, such efforts can only go so far. As you can see from the rotting corpse of the building next to you, some locations have received less than adequate attention. It may not look like much today, but this abandoned structure used to be a popular service station. In 1967, the station was erected by a savvy businessman who wished to capitalize on the influx of westward travelers at the time. His name was Tom Crutchfield, and his business was a success. That is, until a giant travel plaza opened on the other side of the highway. The small business owner wouldn't let his station go down without a fight, though. When his new competition arrived, Crutchfield built a trading post, a motel, and a series of eye-catching attractions that he hoped would make up for his inevitable loss in gas dollars. It was a valiant effort, but in the end, Crutchfield realized he simply couldn't compete with the neighboring travel plaza. So he abandoned his Panhandle endeavors and moved east for a fresh start. However, one attraction that Crutchfield left behind would later rise among the ranks of the nation's most famous roadside landmarks. The prevailing attraction can be found in the middle of the business boneyard. As a parody of the iconic Cadillac Ranch, Crutchfield's Slug Bug Ranch consists of 5 Volkswagen Beetles buried hood down along the highway exit. Rather than an innovative work of sculpture art, the Bug Ranch is perhaps better understood as a desperate form of marketing. In 2002, Crutchfield planted the wrecked vehicles as a final effort to capture the attention of potential customers. When it was first unveiled to the public, each bug sported a bright yellow paint job, and travelers were encouraged to pull over and sign a bug. As you can see, people have taken this suggestion to heart. Each bug is coated in 2 decades worth of signatures and drawings. But unfortunately for Mr. Crutchfield, Slug Bug Ranch's cult following wouldn't surface until a couple of years after his departure. It may not have saved the Crutchfield family business, but the Bug Ranch serves as a fun excursion for Texas travelers and continues to bring out the artists and all who stop by. Now, if you aren't too busy, we can head down the road and visit the attraction that inspired Mr. Crutchfield to create the Slug Bug Ranch. Welcome to Amarillo, Texas, where average wind speeds are alarming and every meal is served with a 72-ounce steak. As the largest city in the region, Amarillo serves as the cultural hub of the Texas Panhandle, and Cadillac Ranch is central to the city's artistic landscape. The origins of Cadillac Ranch date back to 1974, when Texas philanthropist Stanley Marsh III embarked on a mission to bring a new piece of public art to his beloved Yellow City. Marsh was a child at heart and a well-known prankster among the Panhandle community, so he searched near and far for an artist capable of creating a piece that would befuddle the locals. In the end, Marsh hired Ant Farm, a group of artists famous for building radical environmental designs. After coming together for a few brainstorming sessions, the group decided that their artwork would pay tribute to the evolution of the Cadillac tail fin. From the 49 Club sedan in the front to the 63 Sedan DeVille in the back, each caddy was buried nose down to emphasize the tail fins as the focal point of the piece's collective whole. Like the Volkswagens at the Bug Ranch, the Cadillacs have long been subject to their visitors' artistic liberties. However, Mr. Marsh and the Ant Farm artist were never bothered by this. In fact, they encouraged people to paint and take home whatever souvenirs they were able to break off the vehicles. You may be asking yourself, why would artists invite the public to defile their work? According to Ant Farm architect Doug Michaels, the group wanted Cadillac Ranch to be an interactive monument that would provide visitors the opportunity to express themselves. And that it did. Just look at the thick layers of dried paint caked onto the vehicle's tarnished frame. Cadillac Ranch resides on private property, but this particular cow pasture remains open to the public at all hours of the day. Every once in a while, the gates are locked and professionals are brought in to repaint the vehicles. For instance, Marsh once had the cars coated in pink for his wife's birthday, and sometimes they're painted bright blue to match the vast Texas sky. New paint jobs never seem to last very long, though. Visitors armed with spray cans tend to see the newly painted vehicles as fresh canvases, just begging to be marked up again. Overall, Marsh and his Ant Farm were successful in bringing art to Amarillo. But burying the cars in the ground was only the beginning. What makes Cadillac Ranch so special is that it's an art project that isn't meant to be complete. It's an ongoing project that lives on through the creative contributions offered by those who are willing to come out and express themselves through the marks they leave on the piece. As far as Marsh and Ant Farm are concerned, you don't need a fine arts degree to be an artist. Just your imagination and a can of spray paint will do. We hope you enjoyed exploring the Texas Panhandle with us today. Perhaps you'll tag along next time when we begin our tour through New Mexico. Until then, we'll let the excitement build as we prepare for the second half of our journey west on Route 66.